Food is a wonderful topic that you can never tire of and never finish talking about. Although there are different types of dishes, some of them have been tasted once in our life. And today I'm going to talk about such a dish like that. And that is macarons. So friends, do you want to know interesting things of this delicious food? Then join with me, and also welcome to my channel. Let's talk about it while eating macarons. So, what is this macaron? A macaron or French macaroon is a sweet meringue-based confection made with egg white, icing sugar, granulated sugar, almond meal, and food coloring. The macaron is traditionally held to have been introduced in France by the Italian chef of Queen Catherine de' Medici during the Renaissance. Since the 19th century, a typical Parisian-style macaron is presented with a granulated buttercream or jam filling sandwich between two such cookies, akin to a sandwich cookie. The confection is characterized by a smooth square top, a ruffled circumference referred to as the crown or hood. In Paris, the Ladurée chain of pastry shops has been known for its macarons for about 115 years. In Portugal, Spain, Australia, France, Belgium, Switzerland, New Zealand, and Netherlands, McDonald's sells macarons in their cafes, sometimes using advertising that likens the shape of macaron to that of a hamburger. Cafe macarons are produced by Chenin Blanc, which, like Ladurée, is a subsidiary of Group Holder, though they do not use the same macaron recipe. Outside of Europe, the French-style macaron can be found in Canada and the United States. In Australia, Adriano Sambo and his TV series MasterChef have contributed to the macaron becoming a popular sweet treat, and it is now sold by McDonald's in its Australian cafe outlets. There is some variation in whether the term macaron or macaroon is used, and the related coconut macaroon is often confused with the macaron. In North America, most bakers have adopted the French spelling of macaron for the meringue-based item to distinguish the two. Stanford professor of Dan Jurafsky describes how the two confections have a shared history with macaroni. Jurafsky notes that French words ending with "on" that were borrowed into English in the 16th and 17th century are usually spelled with OON. For example, balloon, cartoon, platoon. In the UK, many bakeries continue to use the term macaroon. There are two main methods for making a macaron, the French method and the Italian method. The difference between the two is the way the meringue is made. In the French method, egg whites are whisked until stiff-peaked meringue forms. From there, sifted ground almonds and powdered sugar are folded in slowly until the desired consistency is reached. This process of knocking out air and folding is called macaronage. The Italian method involves whisking the egg whites with a hot sugar syrup to form a meringue. Sifted almonds and icing sugar are also mixed with raw egg whites to form a paste. The meringue and almond paste are mixed together to form the macaron mixture. The method is often deemed for structurally sound yet also sweeter and also requires a candy thermometer for the sugar syrup. Either Italian or French meringue can be combined with ground almonds. A macaron is made by combining icing sugar and ground almond into a fine mixture. In a separate bowl, egg whites are beaten to a meringue-like consistency. The two elements are then folded together until they are the consistency of serving form and then are piped, left to form a skin and baked. Sometimes a filling is added. Zoroastrian New Year. In Sicily and in Toledo, Spain, another contact point between Muslims and Christian culture developed into various desserts like the almond paste tarts called marzipan and salicioni. In 1945, Muhammad al-Idrisi reported the production of noodles, which was also carried out in Sicily for the first time. Under the collective term macaroni, the Arabs referred to ground grain products as noodles and pastries. The Italians brought macaroni from macaroni, from which today's macarons are derived. A culinary encyclopedia let us traces the origin of macarons back to a French monastery in Comrie in the 18th century. At the same time, the encyclopedia entry spreads the pious legend that the shape of the pastry with a cracked crust was abandoned from the navel of a monk. A Swiss online encyclopedia on the history of baking says that the almond biscuits were brought from Andalusia, present-day Spain, to Marrakesh, present-day macaron, in the early century by the Sultan and first king of the Almoravid dynasty, Yusuf ibn Tasbin, and that it was served mainly during Ramadan. Many Italian cookbooks of the 16th century mention almond biscuits closely resembling macarons, albeit under different names. The earliest known recipe dates back to the early 16th century and appears to be inspired by a French version of the recipe. To make French macaroons, wash a pound of nervous and the best Jordan almonds in 3 or 4 waters to take away the redness from their outside. Lay them in a basin of warm water all night. The next day blanch them and dry them with a fair cloth. Beat them in a stone mortar until they be reasonably fine. Put to them half a pound of fine beaten sugar and so beat it to a perfect paste. Then put in half a dozen spoonfuls of good Damask rose water, 3 grains of bakeries. When you have beaten all this together, dry it on a chafing dish of columns until it grow white and stiffy. Then take it off the fire and put the whites of 2 new laid eggs, first beaten, into pot and so stir it well together. Then lay them on wafers in fashion of little long rolls and so bake them in an oven as hot as for merchant, but you must first let the heat of the oven pass over before you put them in. When they rise white and light, take them out of the oven and put them in a warm platter and set them again into the warm oven and so let them remain 4 or 5 hours. And then they will be thoroughly dry. But if you like them better being moist, then dry them not after the first. Macaroons in Japan are a popular confection known as macaron. Macarons in Japan are a popular confections known as macaron. There is also another widely available version of macaron which substitutes peanut flour for almond and a bakery-style flavoring. The macaron is featured in Japanese fashion through cell-phone accessories, stickers, and cosmetics aimed towards women. In Switzerland, the Bakery is a brand name of confectionery made by the confectionery Sprangli in Zurich, Switzerland. A Bakery is a macaron comprising 2 discs of almond meringue with a buttercream filling. 2 different flavors also available. Bakery are smaller and lighter than macarons from many other vendors. Pastry chefs in USA have edited the classic cookie to include more traditional American flavors. Flavors of macarons available in the USA have been known to include mint chocolate chip, peanut butter and jelly, Snickers, peach champagne, pistachio, strawberry cheesecake, candy corn, salted crystals, chocolate peanut butter, oatmeal ricing, candy cane, cinnamon, maple bacon, pumpkin, and salted caramel popcorn. In South Korea, in addition to macarons, fat corns, also called corns, were invented and became popular in South Korea. The bakers internationally overfill the macarons fillings and later decorate them as well. The appearance can resemble more to that of a small ice cream sandwich. So friends, today we were talking about a most delicious food in the world. And is there so many things to say, and this is just a summarize. So, is there any issue? Just comment. So goodbye and have a nice day.